background on Ram Dass, real quick, so people who don't know.
Go ahead.
Just to give you a quick, who is this guy? You've probably heard the name. If you heard the phrase "be here now," it's Ram Dass. If you do yoga in America, it's Ram Dass brought that idea in a book back in the late 60s, early 70s, like Ram Dass. So Ram Dass, original birth name Richard Alpert, PhD in psychology, psychology,
Okay.
right, at Harvard back in the 60s. We all know the name Tim Leary.
Yep.
Harvard acid tests. Gets kicked out of Harvard, fired from Harvard. Tune in, turn on, drop out, whatever. Like led that counterculture movement. Richard Alpert was his partner in the acid tests. He was the other professor with Tim Leary that got fired for these tests they were doing off campus with students and faculty.
Yeah.
And they both got fired. Somehow they go to India, the two of them.
Okay.
Because they hear about this guy. Fast forward, they get there. The guy they find is a little old, fat Indian guy wrapped in a blanket, just sitting there. Everyone sat on the floor, and he was just raised up just enough so he could see everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
And he just kind of waited and sat there and just were in his presence. And at the time, Richard Alpert sat in his presence and was like, it feels different, right? So like a day goes by, and they leave, and they come back. I think it's like a couple days before they're acknowledged.
Okay.
Right? Ram Dass gets called on, essentially. He would just throw things at people, just throw food at people. Like that was his thing. And he says, I hear you brought the medicine. And Ram Dass said, in his mind, he's like, I did bring the medicine. This is in Be Here Now.
Yeah.
I did bring the medicine. The medicine was the acid from the Harvard acid experiments. And they were dosed out, I think he said 200 micrograms.
Oh, wow.
So 2 to 4 paper hits, if any of us know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just read about it. 200 micrograms. Gives him one, takes it, sits there, goes on. Not continuing conversation. A little while later, asks him for another. Okay. Gives him another one. This goes on a couple times. I need to actually go pull it up because it's been a while and see how many times he actually dosed this old, elderly Indian man.
Who referred to it as medicine.
Who referred to it as the medicine. They hadn't spoken before.
Mm-hmm. He just knew.
Yes. The only people that knew what was going on was Tim Leary was with him. Right? At a certain point, Tim Leary peels off and goes, hey, not for me. I'm going to go back to America. And that's when he starts to become part of popular culture, right? Ram Dass stayed.
Yeah.
Richard Alpert stayed.
Okay.
Ram Dass realizes after however much acid he gives this man,